Hello friends, I am back with yet another interesting video. In today's video, you will be learning about the Cauchy-Riemann equation or CR equation. So, without any further delay, let's get started. If function f of z is equals to u plus iv and u and v are differentiable function whose partial derivative, that is ux, uy, vx and vy, are also defined, then the CR equation is given by ux equals to vy and uy equals to minus of vx. I will repeat, that is if function f of z is equals to u plus iv and u and v are differentiable function whose partial derivative ux, uy, vx and vy are also defined, then CR equation or Cauchy-Riemann equation is given by ux equals to vy and uy equals to minus of vx. Now this CR equation or Cauchy-Riemann equation is used in complex analysis. So now note the following points which I am telling, because these points are very important to understand the Cauchy-Riemann equation in detail. Okay, if ux, uy, vx and vy are continuous at point, let's say z0, also CR equation is satisfied at the same point, that is z0, then the given function is differentiable at z is equals to z0. Okay, so next point, if function is differentiable at z is equals to z0 and also differentiable at its neighborhood, then the function is analytic at z is equals to z0. If function, I will repeat, if the function is differentiable at z is equals to z0 and also differentiable at its neighborhood, then the function is analytic at the point z is equals to z0. Okay, now a question arises in your mind, that is, what is the analytic function? Okay, so if function f of z is said to be analytic in a region R of the complex plane if f of z has a derivative at each point of R and if f of z is single valued function. I will repeat, a function f of z is said to be analytic in a region R of the complex plane if function f of z has derivative at each point of R and if f of z is single valued function. Now what is the meaning of single valued function? That is, in a region of complex plane, for every value of z, the function has its own unique value. Okay, for different values of z, the function f of z has its own unique value. Okay, no values of function f of z is same. Every value of the function f of z is different. Okay, now the third point, if function is differentiable everywhere, then it is analytic everywhere. If function is differentiable everywhere, then the function is analytic everywhere. If function is analytic everywhere, then the function is known as entire. If function is analytic everywhere, then the function is known as entire. Okay, so now we will move to the next point, that is, if function is differentiable at z is equals to z0 and not differentiable at its neighborhood, then the function is not analytic. If function is differentiable at z is equals to z0 and not differentiable at its neighborhood, then the function is not analytic. Means if function is differentiable, let's say this is the region of the complex plane and function is differentiable at this point, that is z0, and function is not differentiable at its neighborhood, means for example this is the point z1, this is the point z2, so the function is not differentiable at point z1 and z2, which are the neighborhood of z0. So if the function is differentiable at the point z0 but not differentiable at its neighborhood, let's say z1 and z2, then the function is not analytic. Okay, for analytic function, the function should be differentiable at the point z0 and also differentiable at its point neighborhood, then only the function is analytic at the point z0. Okay, I will repeat, if the function have to be analytic at the point z0, then the function should be analytic at the neighborhood points of the z0. Okay, in previous video I had given a sum, that is, prove that function f of z is equals to e raised to z is differentiable everywhere. So according to our knowledge related to the previous video, we will solve this sum. So I will write the question first. Question, prove f of z equals to e raised to z is differentiable everywhere. Differentiable everywhere. So according to the previous video, what we have learned, we will apply here. Okay, so solution, here as the point is not mentioned, so we will use the definition. Therefore, by definition, f dash z is equals to limit delta z tends to 0 f of z plus delta z minus f of z upon delta z. So what is f of z plus delta z? It is e raised to z plus delta z. And what is f of z? It is e raised to z. Okay, so substitute in the above equation, that is f of f dash z is equals to limit delta z tends to 0 e raised to z plus delta z minus e raised to z upon delta z. So which is equals to limit delta z tends to 0 e raised to z into e raised to delta z minus e raised to z upon delta z. Okay, so limit delta z tends to 0, e raised to z common, so e raised to z into e raised to delta z minus 1 upon delta z. Now if we convert this equation in form of x and y, then we get limit delta x tends to 0, delta y tends to 0, e raised to x plus iy, e raised to delta x plus I delta y minus 1 upon delta x plus I delta y. So if we apply the limit, then it will be in the form of 0 upon 0. So it can't be solved further by this method of definition. So for such type of sum, we have the CR equation, okay, that is Cauchy-Riemann equation. So I will show this sum by solving using the Cauchy-Riemann equation. Okay, so we will solve the same sum by CR equation method. So first here given that f of z is equals to e raised to z. Now as we can write, f of z is equals to u plus iv and z is equals to e raised to x plus iy. By separating the real and imaginary part of the function, we can solve it very easily. Okay, so here u equals to u plus iv equals to e raised to x into e raised to iy by power rule. Okay, that is, if y raised to a plus b, we can write y raised to a into y raised to b. So, and also as we know that e raised to I theta is equals to cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, so we can write e raised to x into e raised to iy, so it will be cos y plus I sin y. Okay, so it is equals to u plus iv. So u plus iv, which is equals to e raised to x into cos y plus I into bracket e raised to x into sin y. So now we have imaginary part and the real part on both the sides, so we can equate it together. That is, imaginary part is u, that is from LHS, and the real part from LHS is the u, and the real part from the RHS is e raised to x into cos y. So we can equate it together, and imaginary part on the left hand side is v, and imaginary part on the right hand side is e raised to x into sin y. So we had separated the imaginary part and real part and the imaginary part. Okay, so now we will partial differentiate it. So ux equals to e raised to x into cos y, and we will differentiate it with respect to y also. So uy is equals to e raised to x, and what is the differentiation of cos y? That is minus sin y. So minus sin y. Now differentiating the v with respect to x, so it is equals to e raised to x into sin y, and differentiating v with respect to y also, that is vy is equals to e raised to x, and what is the differentiation of sin y? That is cos y. Okay, now what is the CR equation? CR equation is ux equals to vy and uy is equals to minus of vx. So let's see that this equation is satisfied or not. So ux is e raised to cos y, e raised to x into cos y, and vy is also e raised to x into cos y. So ux equals to vy condition has satisfied. Now we will move towards uy is equals to minus of vx. Here we have uy equals to minus e raised to x into sin y, and vx is equals to e raised to x into sin y. So this condition also satisfied, that is uy is equals to minus of vx. Okay, now for checking the continuity of ux, ui, vx and vy, we can see that the denominator of these terms is 1. So there is no term which makes the ux, ui, vx and vy equals to infinity. So these functions are continuous everywhere. Okay, so these functions are continuous everywhere. So we can write ux, ui, vx and vy are continuous everywhere. Okay, and also we had seen that CR equation satisfied everywhere. CR equation is satisfied everywhere means this is true for every value of y and every value of x. So CR equation is satisfied everywhere. So now as the function that is ux, uy, vx and vi are continuous everywhere and CR equation is also satisfied everywhere, so we can conclude that the function f of z is equals to e raised to z is differentiable everywhere. Okay, is differentiable everywhere. Okay, so now as the function is differentiable everywhere, as I had told in the points that if the function is differentiable everywhere, then it is analytical everywhere. That if the function is differentiable everywhere, then it is analytic everywhere. Okay, as the function is differentiable everywhere, then the function is analytic everywhere. Function f of z is equals to e raised to z is analytic everywhere. Now as the function is analytic everywhere, the function is known as entire. So here f of z is equals to e raised to z is entire. Okay, so you can imagine that the mentioned points are very important. Okay, so if function is analytical everywhere, then the function is entire. Okay, so now write down a note that every polynomial and exponential function is entire. Every polynomial and exponential functions are entire. Now as you know, as the function is entire, then the function is analytical everywhere. As the function is analytical everywhere, the function is differentiable everywhere. As the function is differentiable everywhere, then CR equation is satisfied everywhere. And as CR equation is satisfied everywhere, then the function is continuous everywhere. Means the reverse chain is possible, but from here to here it may be possible or not, because function may be continuous everywhere but CR equation satisfied at a certain point only, and as CR equation is satisfied at a certain point, then the function is differentiable at that point only. And if function is differentiable at a particular point but function is not differentiable at the neighborhood of that point, then the function is not analytical everywhere. So as the function is not analytical everywhere, then the function is not entire. That means the reverse chain is always possible, that if the function is entire, then the function is analytical everywhere, and if the function is analytical everywhere, the function is differentiable everywhere, and if the function is differentiable everywhere, then the CR equation is satisfied everywhere, and as CR equation is satisfied, then the function is continuous everywhere. Reverse chain is possible always, but the forward chain is may or may not be possible. Now the second note is, if f of z and g of z are the two functions and they are entire functions, okay, then f of z minus g of z, f of z plus g of z, and f of z into g of z is also entire. I will repeat, if f of z and g of z are the two entire functions, then f of z minus g of z, f of z plus g of z, and f of z into g of z is also entire. But f of z divided by g of z or g of z divided by f of z may or may not be entire. Remember these points. Okay, so now we will move towards the questions of CR equations. So first is the check whether the following functions are analytic or not, and also check the function is entire or not. So the first question is, f of z is equals to 2x plus I into x square plus y square. So our first step of the solution is to separate the imaginary part and the real part. Okay, so solution, so f of z equals to 2xy plus I into bracket x square plus y square. So f of z can be written as u plus iv, which is equals to 2xy plus I into bracket x square plus y square. So by separating real part, u equals to 2xy and v equals to x square plus y square. Okay. So now partial differentiating u and v. So first we will differentiate with respect to x. So ux equals to 2y. Now differentiating with respect to y, that means uy equals to 2x. Now we will differentiate v. So vx equals to 2x and vy equals to 2y. Okay, so now as we can see, ux equals to 2y, uy equals to 2x, vx equals to 2x, and vy equals to 2y. So for any value of y, ux is equals to Vy. Okay, if we put y equals to 0, then ux equals to Vy. If we put y equals to 1, then also ux equals to Vy. If we put y equals to 8, then also ux equals to Vy. That means for any value of y, ux and Vy are satisfied. That means ux equals to Vy everywhere. Okay, but if we put x equals to -1, then this equation, that is uy equals to minus of vx, will be not satisfied. Okay, because if we put x equals to -1, then here it will be -2 and here also it will be -2, but we want uy equals to minus of vx. Okay, so at x equals to 0, we get uy equals to minus of vx, because in front of 0 the negative and positive signs are not important. So at x equals to 0, uy equals to minus of vx. That means at z equals to iy. Why z equals to iy? As we know, the z is equals to x plus iy. So at x is equals to 0, it will be I into y. So at z is equals to iy, the CR equation is satisfied. Yes, the function, that is ux, ui, vx and vy are the continuous everywhere, because in denominator that is 1. Here there is no variable which makes ux, ui, vx and vy to infinity. Okay, so ux, ui, vx and vy are continuous everywhere, and also CR equation satisfied at z is equals to iy. So as ux, ui, vx and vy are continuous everywhere and CR equation is satisfied at z is equals to iy only, so we have to find the intersection of these two conditions. That is, as ux, ui, vx and vy are continuous everywhere and we got CR equation satisfied at z is equals to iy only. That means z equals to iy point lies in the everywhere term. So the intersection of these two conditions is the point z is equals to iy. That means the function f of z is equals to 2xy plus I into bracket x square plus y square is differentiable at z equals to iy only. Okay, it will be differentiable at z is equals to iy only. So the function is not analytic, and as the function is not analytic, it is not entire. Okay, it is not entire. So I hope you understood this sum. So now we will move towards the next sum. Okay, so the next question is f of z is equals to mod of z square, mod z the whole square. F of z is equals to mod z the whole square. So the solution will be, as z is equals to x plus iy, mod z can be written as mod of x plus iy. So this mod of x plus iy can be written as under root of x square plus y square, that is real part square plus imaginary part square. Okay, this is mod z. Now squaring on both the sides, we get mod z the whole square is equals to x square plus y square. Okay, so we got f of z equals to x square plus y square. Now as we know that f of z is equals to u plus iv, so our first step is to separate the real part and the imaginary part. So it will be x square plus y square. Now what will be the real part and imaginary part? I want you to think. Okay, so it will be u equals to x square plus y square and v equals to 0. Why v is equals to 0? Because we don't have any item. Okay, we don't have any item. So u equals to x square plus y square and v equals to 0. Now partial differentiating u and v. So first we will differentiate with respect to x. So it will be 2x and u of y equals to 2y. Here v is 0, so vx equals to 0 and vy is equals to 0. Okay, so when x is 0 and y is 0, then only the CR equation satisfied. That is, at x equals to 0 and y is equals to 0, we got ux equals to vy and uy equals to minus of vx. That is CR equation satisfied. So at z is equals to 0, since z is equals to x plus iy and we have x0 and y0, so z is equals to 0. Okay, so at z is equals to 0, CR equation is satisfied. So as we can see, in denominator we have 1, here also it is 1. So ux, uy, vx and vy are continuous everywhere. Ux, uy, vx and vy are continuous everywhere. So as ux, ui, vx and vy are continuous everywhere, but the CR equation satisfied at z is equals to 0 only. So the intersection of these two conditions will be the function is differentiable at z is equals to 0 only, because in everywhere we get the point z is equals to 0 also. Okay, so the intersection of these two conditions will be the point of differentiability. That means f of z is equals to mod z the whole square is differentiable at z is equals to 0 only. So the function f of z is equals to mod z the whole square is not analytic, and as the function is not analytic, it is not entire. Okay, so this is an important question, prepare it very perfectly. Okay, so I will give a practice sum, that is check function f of z is equals to z square plus 2z plus 1 into e raised to x plus iy is analytic or not. I will give the solution of this sum in the next video, but I want you to solve this sum. Okay, and if you got the answer, please share me in the comment section. So like my channel, subscribe for more educational videos. Thank you.